Hello, friends! Welcome to Windshills. I'm your friend, Amit Roy. I was flying high in a jet on 9/11 yesterday, and I was flying past those high buildings. That time it reminded me of 9/11 tragedy and the terrorist attack. It was really a very shocking thing to imagine how painful for the passengers who died, a shock for the entire country and the whole world as terrorists attacked in American soil and flowed two buildings. Not just two buildings, very famous buildings in the world. World Trade Centers. It not only affected the psyche of the democracy, freedom loving people, but the entire world. Now, question is, how do we remember this kind of incidents? Uh, it is sad, I condemned it many times, and you see, I cannot blame any religion for that, you see. This kind of terrorist minds are very different from others, you see. These are very devilish persons. And though you have to talk about Muhammad Atta and his gangs, how they were brainwashed or to attack this kind of targets. Now, for that, because I have to open that discussion, I want to tell two, three things. I have noticed, you see, 11 has a significance. I don't know the religious significance. In jihadi terrorism or ultra so called quote unquote Islamic terrorism, because recently one chap was killed in India, beheaded in front of the camera. He's murderers also had used the number 11. So, I am not privy to this kind of secret communication or what they wanted to mean. There's something. Now, this Muhammad Atta and his gang took a flight. That's the AA 11. That took to Twin Tower. And another plane that hit Pentagon. Number 3, and the plane where hijacker wanted to take it to somewhere was stopped and prevented from being taken to the target and dropped in Pennsylvania. Now you see, as a writer on conflict, I wrote many, many articles on terrorism. Now I have seen extremism and terrorism, our intellect, and how we can categorize different kind of terrorism. Now I have seen this kind of so-called jihadi terrorism and communist terrorism are very fanatical in nature. All communist parties are terrorist parties. It's a terrorist outfit. Communism is a rooted fountain of terrorism. Though it's defeated in the world, but it remains a constant prick in our memory. Pol Pot, etc., Mao, Stalin. However, these terrorists have a lot of, they're a little different from these jihadi terrorists, those who have attacked American targets in 9/11. Look, there are different dimensions. I'm only will point out few things. Now, these guys were not very poor guys. You see, usually you see terrorists coming, Islamic terrorists, so-called Islamic quote unquote, because I'm not mentioning religion. See, I don't see any religion teaching someone to become terrorist. However, you can interpret any religion, not only Muslim religion, Hindu religion, Christianity. If there are Hindu sects who believe eating human flesh is okay. But because terrorism is a big business and a tool for shadow wars, a lot of people use these dimensions. Usually, we see so-called jihadi terrorists, poor people like 2611. You can see guys that poor was brought from Pakistan to attack Indian targets. Now, this is another thing. But in Al Qaeda type terrorists, there are poor people because they are the muscle. But many top notches are very rich people. I don't know what is the motivation. Islam is in danger, their fate or something like that. I don't know. The people are becoming impure somehow according to their visualization of the spectrum. So Bin Laden, this chap Muhammad Atta, was an engineer, and he was studying in Hamburg, and there he got Germany. He got radicalized. I have no idea how. How these people, rich kids get, poor people get radicalized for many, many reasons. One, they have no value. They feel they have no value in the world. So some money, they become suicide bombers. These guys are not poor guys like that poor guys like Cambodia, Pakistan. So they are brainwashed. I see, I've been writing on conflicts and terrorism for many, many years. But I understand communist terrorists and this kind of, but it's very difficult for me to understand the rationale of religious terrorism. They don't believe in this life. They're suicidal from their birth. They believe in next life. And 72 hoods or damsels are waiting in the heaven. These kind of things for brainwashing. But in Pakistan, I've seen poor terrorists. They are given cash or some sort of blackmailing. They feel no value for, because you see Pakistan in a way has is not properly managed, feudal society. People have no value. Look at the flood. The basic thing is water. They cannot arrange water. Pouches that can be made just like that. They have no arrangement. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. And that's shameful. I must say it's a very shameful thing. Total disregard for human dignity. Anyway, coming to Atta Muhammad and gang, those who attacked American targets, had different kind of notions of the life, or they want to change the world. I don't know. Change for what? They don't believe in technology like communists. They are totally suicidal in their approach and very, very much anarchist in a way. Anarchy for God. Why you need to pull down those targets? They don't like money. I've noticed that because for them money doesn't matter anything. I was reading Muhammad Atta's will where he mentions his secret parts must not be washed and his body, when he's dead, his body must be washed in certain ways. So that was the last kind of, and he went to Walmart, he bought a lot of things, and they rented a car, I guess, and from there, and wearing a blue shirt. No, I am not following anybody, etc. And you see, and I was also seeing another flight recorder how they have entered and taken control of the aircraft. It says, "Oh my God!" The captain was calling, "Oh my God! Someone has taken control." There are other voices inside, and that was the last thing they heard. And before that they killed a person. And I'm also surprised. Boeing has made keys for all Boeing planes. Similar key for the opening up the door for the cockpit. And now, question number two: how Muhammad Atta and this kind of people can pass through uh, airport security? You see, this kind days airport flying is an insult for human being. They take out everything. Okay, it's good or bad. I don't like it. I don't like it. It total disregard for human. I don't know if it's human dignity in a way. They call it security. Take out your belt, take out your shoes, take out your everything, even that how Muhammad Atta was able to take knives. That's a question. Then another plane attacked Pentagon, and so total 3,000 people was almost around 3,000 people was died in three places, and so many become orphan. The shock. Imagine the shock. After before Pearl Harbor, America was not touched, and this kind of queer. Yeah, I must say, use the word queer and vulgar, stupid idea of taking human life by Al Qaeda is so shameful. I felt ashamed as a human being. It happens in Nazi Germany, in India, it's Hindu nationalism, Hindu. I don't know where it will end. Now it has not reached that stage. I don't know. And we are seeing jihadis every day murdering each other, murdering people. Does that become business? Are there brainwashed with drugs? Of course, they're given chemicals. Of course, they're given chemicals to treat them, to becoming a good jihadi. Now, you see, before making today's episode, I must say, government should de-radicalize people. And best thing is that education. Teach them how to have compassion, tolerance, respect for others, etc. This is the thing I want to table in front of you. Of course, we cannot remember 9/11. That's unpardonable. You see, in front of TV, you are using media to target and use your message, whatever message you have, to terrorize people. That's totally thing. I'm a money man. You see, I believe in money. I don't. For me, God, if you give me money, I'm happy. Anyway, but for them, I don't know. What for me, they wanted to see God, and if that is a way to see God, I don't know if we need God or not. Anyway, thank you very much for patient hearing. My plane, when I came back, my plane landed. Again, I thought, what a shock. And I was also that day. I was in a meeting. I came back. I saw towers of coming down in television. I didn't forget it. I'm always with the United States. It's joy and sorrow. I love United States. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Please, thank you. Like me and subscribe my channel.